Good afternoon, parents, and welcome to another Feedback Friday. We are on week 3 of our Feedback Fridays, and we are actually in week 4 of online streaming classes. So we've got your full team in front of you. They are ready and fired up to answer all your questions and to give you all the fun answers and all the updates of all the stuff that's been happening this past week. You know, we're kind of getting real comfortable with the process that we're going through. The instructors are just absolutely killing the classes. I've been watching them online as well as you guys have, I know. And the things that I've been loving is the pictures of the kids, the pictures of the students as they're going through the classes, and it's just so great. So the all the things that are clicking through with our classes, I couldn't be any more proud of you guys as parents for stepping up to the plate, making sure your students are staying engaged, staying active, doing all the stuff. The positive feedback we've been getting over the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and the support from the community just goes so much to speak for the people that we have involved in our schools, families, staff, and everybody involved. So I'm really stoked. It's pretty excited about it. We've got some things that we want to get announced right off the bat. One of the very first thing is we had a balance week challenge, and so we have to make sure we're announcing the winners for that. And first one up is going to be Mr. Hamill. He's going to be letting you know who his winner was. And Mr. Hamill, who'd you have?
That's pretty great. Our winner of the week is Alexis Parker.
All right, so I know she was doing a bunch of kicks and everything there. So how does she do on her kicks?
Well, her highest number got was 200. Wasn't the highest in class, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now we got Mr. Kiley up next, and he had had some winners as well.
Yes, sir. We had Addison Vaughn, one of our students here, won. She scored every available point possible, so she did everything she could to win. So proud of her.
All right, cool. Mr. Stewart's going to be up next. He's going to let you know who his is.
We had Miss Riley Hoyt. She's one of our brand new white belts, and she was able to do 30 kicks on her left leg. So I was super duper stoked when she sent me that, and we drawed her name out, and so she won that one. So super awesome.
Awesome. All right, and with our gymnastics coach, we got Miss Sydney here. Now you had a little bit of a different challenge. What was the challenge that your guys had to go through?
So our guys had to do what we called the ultimate bridge / back bend challenge, and they had to balance 3 objects on their stomach: something hard, something that was their favorite color, and a surprise object. And our winner this week was an intermediate girl. Her name's Layla Goldston, and she balanced a foldable chair. She unfolded it and folded it and took a picture both ways.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And again, parents, thank you so much for encouraging your students to do this because it's all about engagement. It's all about challenge. It's all about keeping the vision in front of your students. So you guys are doing it. Appreciate it so much. Next, we will need to get into our questions, and what our instructors are doing throughout the week is they're giving you guys calls. We're getting some feedback, and we know if we get one question from one parent, we know probably another parent's got that same question. So this gives us a little bit of that forum to make sure we're getting that handled. So Ms. Lawrence is going to be up first, and she had some kind of questions to go through. But the very first question that I wanted to address with her was that advanced student that's looking forward to black belt and has now kind of come up at a point in their career, their martial arts career, where, hey, this is where I need to support the most. I need to get ready for black belt, and now I'm at home. Ms. Lawrence, I know you've got some solutions, for these students, so you can kind of chime in there. Let us know what you're doing.
And just what you said, it is a crucial time, when you're getting ready for your black belt and things like that. And what I feel that I wanted to talk about was, there's going to be in your training, especially when you're getting to black belt, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be obstacles in your way. And this is one of those times that, it's frustrating for a lot of people. Everything's different and new, and kids are doing school at home, and parents are working from home with the kids. So I think everybody's kind of in a trying time right now. And this is when black belts push through. This is when they focus and they persevere. And we want to be there to help in any way that we can. And so I've talked to the instructors, and we thought of a couple of ways would be doing like a one-on-one video conference. And you know, you're watching the videos and you're seeing the forms, and then we can schedule a time to get together to where you can video, and we'd be talking similar to what we're doing now. That way I can see the form and give feedback. And if anybody needs to do that, the instructors, I'm sure, can set up the time to do it for a video conference to get that one-on-one feedback. And again, we have the avenues, our Martial Arts America online on the YouTube channel. That way you guys can see the forms, you can watch them. But I know a big part is getting the feedback on how you're doing. So I know that you are seeing it and doing it, but am I doing it right? Is this correct? And that's where the video conferencing can come in play. And then two, we're going to also be, and that's kind of the red blacks, and we can hit on that in our red black belt class today as well. And then also we're going to send over a PDF of the council test, kind of as a checklist for you, the student, and the parents on everything that you're going to be tested on. And that might help visually to go from there. So I think that's
absolutely
a plan for everybody.
You know, and I really like the idea of being able to see the student as they're going through their kata, giving them that one-on-one interaction. I know Mr. Hamill had a couple private lessons this past week. When I say private lessons, some students that were bumping up against some struggles, and parents reached out, and we were able to get the students back on page, meaning get their confidence level built back up in their training, which is important, critical. All right, next up we got Mr. Stewart, and one of the questions Mr. Stewart had is, what do I have to do with my classes as we're going through the comment sections and things? So, and I think I just
so as we
sir?
No, you kind of hit on it. The question was obviously how do I go back and comment, but how do I find the class that I need to make up, and can I actually make that class up? And you kind of hit on that, going through and making sure you comment on that video to go through all the classes that you missed. We also will make sure, once again, that we're making those phone calls to the parents and the students that have been missing out on some classes, but that way we make sure they can have that availability to go back and comment on that class that was possibly a week ago. But we still want to make sure we're going through that class because you might have missed some material or missed a step that adds to your form or your self-defense or anything that you're working on. We also have that really cool, like we've been talking about, the YouTube channel. I've been working really hard. I know Mr. Hamill has been, working extremely hard. Mr. Kiley and also the Flipping Out girls have been going through and posting their classes actually on the YouTube channel for you to go back and actually watch it. And I know it's a lot easier to scroll through YouTube than it is to scroll all the way through Facebook. So we're going to make sure that we have that second platform for you guys to watch those classes. Make sure you're commenting on all of the classes that you're attending so we can mark that attendance and get you guys on track. So yes, you can go back and make sure you make up those classes as well.
There you go. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you for bailing me out on that one. Yeah, you did a really good job. Thanks so much. The fun part about this stuff too, it's a lot of it is just live filming. So we're having a little bit of fun with it. Next up, we got Mr. Kiley, and basically the question that you had was, do they still have to comment, and how are they? How are they doing those things online? If they've got their attendance card, why do I have my attendance card, and why do I have to comment all at the same time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had several comments about that. The attendance card for them at home is for them to keep track of the classes that the students are attending, especially like Mr. Stewart was saying, if they are making them up, they can kind of go back and then organize, which classes they have, which classes they're missing, so they can kind of fill in those gaps. We definitely want them to still comment when they're doing the classes, whether it's live or later in the day, or even if they're watching past classes, comment when they watch those classes, so we can go back through in the studio, because we're also filling out an attendance card for their students to kind of track their attendance going towards graduation as well. So yes, fill out the attendance card at home that they received in the email, but then also comment so we can do the same on our end.
All right, perfect. That sounds great. Next up, we got Mr. Sawyer with a question on your clients, sir, are kind of bumping around trying to find a schedule. And I know that question came across on a couple different locations. So how do they find their scheduled classes? How do they know what they're supposed to be doing?
Yes. So we've been seeing a little bit of the difficulty in finding the schedule. It seems to be a post, and then it seems to drag down, disappear, and then we're just struggling searching around Facebook where the schedule is. So we've been working on making it easier for you guys. So we're going to be pinning it to the top where our challenge of the week usually is. So we're going to be squeezing our schedule in there at the top with our weekly challenge. That way you guys will be able to see it a lot easier at the very top of the page.
Okay, so you and Mark are kind of working that stuff through with Facebook on how to make that easier for your guys, right? Yeah, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Zuckerberg, I know you were
Yeah.
talking to him yesterday. So
yeah, me and the Zucks have been re-engineering Facebook to make this so much easier for you guys.
okay, well, I appreciate that because I know he's been busy with Mr. Gates working on the coronavirus stuff too. But I appreciate the fact that he was able to kind of work with you on that, and I know you're on that priority list for him. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ms. Sydney, you had a couple of questions that kind of came through, and the question seemed to be, I don't want to pre-frame it too much for you, but how do I know if my child's ready to do that back bend on her own, and what do I do as a parent to help her out with that or help him out with that?
So the best thing that as a parent you can do is as they're going through the skill and as you're spotting them, see how much of it they're actually doing by themselves and how much you can get away with. So as a coach, the kids try to see what they can get away with, and we've built that kind of mutual confidence in each other that I'm going to be there for them and they're going to be there for themselves, so they do it more by themselves. But I understand at home that's not really the case. So going from hand to fingertips to taking away fingers is the best way to help them build that confidence in themselves and you as well.
All right, perfect. Okay, yeah. Now you had a couple questions that kind of fed into that same answer. When my child does her front walkover, she falls on her way up. What does she need to fix?
So pulling up your chest, it sounds a bit silly, but we do that a lot, especially whenever we're learning our front walkovers in the level below. So we learn front walkovers and back walkovers in an intermediate, and in beginner 2, the skill to move up is that front limber, and that is that pulling chest up action and making sure that they're squeezing their arms to their ears, using that momentum to continue to move forward.
All right, perfect. And then kind of the last one was, how do I help my child that's scared to do that back walkover?
So it's, again, just building that confidence back up in themselves, getting through that mental wall that they have built. So going back into that back bend kickover that they learned in beginner 2 and taking those small steps forward to getting that back walkover again. So putting their favorite foot in the air while they're doing their bridge, or steps like that to get into that feeling and that motion of continuing that momentum going backward.
All right, perfect. It sounds like it's everything's kind of going back to confidence, and one of the things that you first have to develop as a coach is the confidence that the student has in you to be able for them to kind of push through some different techniques. And as a parent, they may not have that same relationship with their kid that you have with the student. So is that okay? Do you expect the parent to have that same relationship?
They're their parent, I'm their coach. It's a bit different whenever your parent is your coach. But the best thing to do is to be your child's cheerleader, basically.
There you go. All right, that's awesome. I appreciate that because the parents have really stepped up. They're doing online classes, so now they become teachers, they become coaches, they become every piece of the puzzle that we rely on our community for on a normal basis. So got to give the parents a round of applause for everything they're doing. So all right, next up we have, there you go, round of applause. Okay, next up we've got Mr. Hamill, and Mr. Hamill, they answered some of your questions. When I say they, your coaches and your co-instructors, they've answered a lot of the questions, but one question that kind of bumped out was, where do I go to find the balance challenge stuff, and where do I post my results?
Yeah, so I got hit a couple of different ways, and it created some challenges for me too. So I had some parents who were emailing them to me, some who inboxed them on Facebook, folks who posted it and then just tagged us in it. at the top of our Facebook page, that same pinned post that Ms. Sawyer is talking about where our schedule will go is also the pinned post for that week's challenge. So at the top of Martial Arts America page right now, there's still Balance Week Challenge. Post all of your results here so that attendance card, you take a picture of it, you type in your ads, share videos of you doing the challenges. Everything involving the challenge goes inside that post, located at the top of the Facebook page. When you click on the page, it will be the first post you see because we're going to force it top of the page by pinning it. So if you scroll down, you're going to miss it. It's the first one.
Okay, perfect. You know, and as you guys know, I'm not that real big Facebook kind of person that I'm on there every day checking stuff out, and it's the Facebook, right, Miss Lawrence? So, so yeah, if you're new to Facebook and you're kind of working through these challenges, it's kind of a fun place, and you know. I call these guys every day and I go, hey, where do I find a video? Hey, where do I go? I'm looking for this. What do I do? So yeah, parents, if you're having any challenges, just ask your teenager, you know, where these things are, or your neighborhood teenager, and find out where the stuff is at, because they'll be able to get the answer to you. Kind of as we roll into this next upcoming week, we've got some new challenges. When I say new challenges, for our student challenges, and I think Mr. Kiley, we've got a challenge that you'd like to kind of let everybody know about.
Yes, sir. This last week was Balance Week. So the upcoming week is going to be my favorite thing about martial arts in general, which is kicking. It's going to be kicking week and everything based around doing the martial arts and striking with your feet. The first challenge is going to be doing your class-related kicks. So like dragons would have axe kick, front kick. Intermediates would have outside crescent kick, and all the other kicks they do, well, during this rotation. That's challenge 1. They do 5 on each leg of each kick. Challenge number 2 is going to be making their own kick combination of either kicks we've taught them or kicks they've taught themselves through the Power Rangers, through Ninja Turtles, whatever they can come up with. And it's got to be at least 3 kicks long. It can be more than that, though, definitely. And then challenge number 3 is they're going to have to pop 10 bubbles before the bubbles hit the ground with their kicks. So there's somebody else blows them the bubbles, or they blow the bubbles and then pop the bubbles with their feet. That is going to be the third challenge. And then the bonus challenge, I'm actually going to pass this off to Ms. Lawrence, because that's going to be the new hashtag for next week.
All right. Well, perfect. All right. So Ms. Lawrence, you're up for the hashtag.
Yes, sir. So the challenge one, like Mr. Kiley said, is going to be like we did the MAA water bottle challenge. This one is going to be MAA Family Kick Pick. So that's KICKPIC. So you are going to post a picture of you doing a kick. So it's not going to be a video. It's going to be a photo, a pic. It can be a new or old, whichever it is. You can do one. You could do multiple, however many you want to do. But if you hashtag it, it's going to be worth 5 points. Now, the process with the hashtag is you have to make the post that you have your kick pick in public. That way everybody can see it. So your whole Facebook doesn't have to be public, but at the top there's 3 little buttons, and you can click that it's going to be public. And then everybody's going to do that. So it's make it public, and again, new or old. And I'm going to do the first one. So as soon as this is done, I'm going to go on the website and I'm going to show mine. So I'm going to put my favorite picture or a picture of me doing it, and then start the hashtag so you guys can join in. It could be students, parents, dogs, fish, anybody doing the kick pick.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty cool. All right. So you get the information up, and you'll let the parents know and let students know how to kind of engage in that process, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Perfect. All right. Now we've got our gymnastics challenge that's going out. So Miss Sydney, if you'd like to speak to that, please.
All right, so recently on the trending everywhere, it has been the handstand challenge that Tom Holland started, also known as Spider-Man. So we are challenging all of our students and maybe our karate instructors to take part in this handstand challenge. So what you do is make sure that you have a shirt on or a Leo or whatever you do your karate in, and you're going to do a handstand on the wall, crawl up the wall like Spider-Man, and try to put on a shirt while you're in that handstand.
Awesome. All right. You know, I can tell our ninja is kind of incredibly excited about that challenge. You know, it's not going to be an issue, do you think? Yeah, he said, no, not going to be an issue. All right. So again, you know, yeah, I think these are a lot of fun. I was sitting up last night watching the videos with our instructor challenge that Miss Lawrence threw out last week. And if you haven't gone on and looked at them, go on and look at them. You know, the guys did a great job putting these kick videos together. They're fun, they're entertaining, and you know we've got a lot of views. We got a lot of hits. I know we've got some. We've got a leader at this point, but maybe we can stretch it out a little bit for a couple more days to see if we can get some more engagement on that. And Mr. Stewart, you know, I know you want to, yeah, kind of make that work a little bit. And I don't know, you know, yeah, I mean, if you're happy with your first take on your video, kind of run with it, make it work. But again, the videos were great. I watched them, and I watched some of our students doing the same thing too, and laughed until I cried. So I know Mr. Sawyer going to get something thrown on his plate. We're going to put together he's going to put together a video for us. All right, that will have some of these kick challenges, and so that way we can get a compilation of the stuff, so we can kind of create that record and that history and just have a good time. So I'm excited with it. All right, we got to wrap this up. I know your time is valuable, and I know these instructors, they've got to get back to their classes and their videoing. So just kind of recap. You know, we were at week 3. And actually 4 weeks of classes. Classes are going great. You guys are attending. You're doing all the things that you need to do to make sure your student success is on par. And you know, if you have any questions, again, first and foremost, call your schools. Your guys are there answering the phones, you know, during the day. So make sure you're getting the information answered. Make sure you're getting all the questions answered. And they're here for you. These guys are here for you. We're here for you to keep you on your path to black belt, keep you on your path to gymnastics excellence, and enjoy the process that we're going through. So instructors, do you have anything you need to add at the very, very end? We got to let the parents get back to their life. And yes, sir, Mr. Stewart, you're up.
I just want to say mine is going to be the best. I know Miss Lawrence shouted out last week that hers was, but my MAA family kick pick is going to be the best. So just want to throw that out there.
All right.
It's going to involve a car.
Guys.
So.
Well, good. I'm really sad that your confidence level is dipping during this time frame. You know, yeah, it's kind of hard for me to see. But all right, guys. Well, you guys have a great time. I appreciate you so much spending your time with us, and let's have a great week. Thank you so much. Hey, bye-bye.